Hello, hi friends. Today is the 5th of October, Sunday, and this is the market analysis for Monday, the 6th of October. So, looking at the FTSE daily chart first, we can see that the price has nicely bounced off the support levels around 9420, and then it reached almost the all-time high of 9,500 on Friday. So it was quite a bullish day on Friday. Um, so yeah, we would expect a bit of a less volatile market tomorrow. But again, we're not trying to predict what's going to happen. We're gonna just wait for what the market is gonna show us in terms of scalping, and then we'll trade based on that. So now just going back to the 15 minutes chart to get a bit of a low level breakdown. So I use pivot points largely in my trade, especially the Camarilla pivots for FTSE and S&P 500. These are the two indices I trade the most. So as you could see on Friday again, as we saw in the daily chart, the price nicely bounced off as a demand zone around 9425 and 9416, and then the market was moving sideways for some time before it kind of took off from that demand zone. It did break the R3 level around 9448.7 yesterday, um, but it looked like a fake out. Then the market traded below the R3 for some time before again it decided to break the R3 and then reach the target. If someone was has a buy position, then obviously it reached the target around R4. So the strategy would have been very simple, to buy the market at around this candlestick, the 15-minute candlestick. It broke quite nicely, and then it held that position. The stop loss would have gone beyond the S3, which would have easily got us around 10 to 15 points minimum. And then if you had the trade running for some time, then obviously it broke the R4 level. Obviously, it didn't reach the R5, which is the next target. It just fell short of 1 point. So it did touch the 9,500 mark, which is the all-time high. But before the market did that, it did come back to the R4, and then it really bounced off from the R4 levels, and then it reached 9,500 to kind of close around 9,484 yesterday. So it was about 0.58 percentage move, which is about 54 points yesterday, which is quite a big move in terms of FTSE, which is great. So in terms of the market open for the 6th of October, these are the predicted pivot points which are marked on my chart. So the pivot point is around 9,468.7. L3 is at 9,462.2, and the R3 would be around 9,504.8. So during the Asia session, there are two possibilities where the market could go up to retest the all-time high, then test the R3 level, and then from there drop down. Or the other possibility is that the market could go down from here, touch the pivot point, trade around this for some time, and then probably test the L3 level before bouncing back and closing around this region as well. So we'll have to wait for the market to show us the hand tomorrow. So as I keep saying, trading is not about prediction, it's about probability. So what I can see is the two possibilities tomorrow, that where the market, if it decides to go up, retest the all-time highs again, go to R3 around 9,504. Then my plan would be to take a short trade from there with the stop loss about the R4 level, back into L3, if I'm shorting, and if the market decides to visit the pivot and the L3, then obviously I'm going to take a buy position with my stops below the L4 level, targeting the R3 level for tomorrow. So that's FTSE. Now let's go back to ES. Again, ES traded quite flat on Friday. Yeah, so as you can see, the price did try to go up. It did hit the 6,800 mark yesterday, but that's when a lot of sellers, they stepped into the market and brought the market almost back to where it started trading. So I think it was pretty flat day, only about roughly about 3 points move. But yeah, the market did move quite a bit up and down, which would have been a perfect opportunity for scalpers like me. So I did take a trade on Friday, which I will show that in a minute. So if you go to the 15-minute chart, which I normally use to trade FTSE and S&P 500, again, the market was trading around the R3 level yesterday, and then during the US hours, the price did go up. There were a couple of news events on Friday. There was no NFP because of the US government shutdown, but there were a couple of news on Friday, so the market did bounce off the R3 first, then it kept moving up. It broke the R4, then it eventually reached 6,800 from where, as I said in the daily chart, a lot of sellers, they stepped in and then brought the market back to initially R4. This was a night short which I took, which I traded all the way to S3, and as you could see, the market did nicely bounce off the S3 level. So I took a trade here. I got in the buy position here, which I held all the way to R3, which is my target. If I'm buying from S3, my stop loss was around the S4 level. So yeah, I did take that trade, which was a good trade for me to take on Friday. As of Monday, I would expect that the price is around between the pivot point and the L3 level. So again, there are two possibilities, which is one is the market actually opening here, coming down, testing the L3 level, bouncing off the L3, where I'm looking to buy the market, targeting the R3 level. Or if the market decides to go up, test the pivot point, trade around the pivot point for some time, test the R3 level, and I'm looking to short the market from the R3 level, targeting the L3 level, and the stop loss obviously going above the R4 level. So these are the two possibilities I'm looking at, for tomorrow, especially during the US hours. FTSE, I normally trade the UK open hours, that's 8 a.m. London time, and I trade the S&P 500 or the ES at 2:30 London time, which is the 9:30 New York open time. So that's my analysis for the 6th of October on FTSE and ES. I wish you all the best and hope you have a good day tomorrow. Thank you.